Thank you for watching Studio 7 from the Permian Basin Chevy dealers.
Welcome back. We love a good DIY project, and today our guest is sharing a step-by-step technique to give your walls new life. In today's No Place Like Home, our guest is Shanti Terry. I love having you here because even your setup is pretty. So
Thank you.
I'm already inspired. You've brought some stuff. These are canvases, but this is representing a wall treatment, right?
I wanted to talk today about some different sort of techniques you can do to get some interesting things going on in your house with walls. This first thing that we're going to talk about is a paint that I absolutely love. It's called Chaux. It's a French lime paint. You can get it from Found Furnishings in Midland. It's made by Maison Blanche. This is a paint that mimics stone, and it also mimics plaster and stucco depending on how you apply it.
Okay.
On this board here, we were going more for the plaster stucco look here in the final look.
And that's what it looks like, too.
That's what it looks like at the end here. I wanted to show you guys just really quickly. It's no trouble to put it on at all. It does have to be manipulated in stages as you go along. But for the first part here, what you'll do is just take a little bit of paint here on your brush, and you want to kind of brush a bit on, and then you're going to kind of stipple it, and you'll leave thicker, heavier areas, some thinner, and you let that dry for about 20 minutes. Once that's finished, you'll actually, it'll start to get kind of tacky, like a putty almost.
Okay.
And what you'll do is it'll have peaks, like these stiff peaks here on the board. You'll come in and knock those down after it's been about 15 or 20 minutes, and then you can actually take a plastic bag or anything else that you think might be fun for it to look like it has nicks or dings or indentations. You know, press your indentations in there, and once everything is set for another 20 minutes or so, you buff it, and this is kind of the final look that you get with the paint. Buffing it brings out these different colors. There's some lights and some darks, and it's got a lot of texture. You can take it a step further there at that point if you want to by adding wax. We added a dark wax called walnut from the same line, and that kind of gets in the nooks and crannies. This paint comes in a lot of different colors. We've got a gray board up here that's a sample.
Same paint, different shade,
Same
right?
paint, and it's actually here on our table. And this was just pressed wood before we put this over the top of the table. And it just totally transforms it. It kind of looks like stone here on the grayish tones, and your browns are going to give you your plastery, stucco-y type look.
Such a cool look. But you also have another technique you want to share as well, right?
Yes. The first one we'll do with is the stenciling.
Okay, I love this.
And I actually brought the stencil that I used from home here today.
Okay.
So this is the basic stencil that we used. You can grab these from Hobby Lobby, or you can order one online if you want something really cool that nobody else has in town. So I used joint compound for this board, but there's also a really neat product from the same line I've been talking about. It's called Embellish Texture Cream. This one, it's not sandable. So it's a little bit more durable than the joint compound.
Okay.
So if you're putting it on a piece of furniture, a tabletop or something like that you need to be able to like swell, or, you know, as things change and you want the product to move with your piece and don't ever want it to crack, you might use this on a furniture piece. Set your stencil up, and you'll actually put your joint compound all over the top of this, lift it off, and then you've got your stencil there. And then once it's on and it's dry, you can sand it down, and then you can do whatever you like to it. We did a dark gray glaze here.
Okay.
This is a white wax, and then here we did a dark brown wax.
This is even a little bit of a metallic look.
Yeah, we did some silver leaf on this one just for fun because I like metallics so much. We had to see what it looked like.
So we're combining
so now
our
you should know how to
techniques.
do that. On this one, when you're doing a look like this to get that silver leaf look, what you'll do is actually just reline your stencil up exactly, you know, how it was laying on there. Spray that area, and then take your stencil back off, and then when you stick the silver leaf, it's just going to stick to where the adhesive was, which will be just where you put the stencil laid back. And you don't have to just use stencils.
This is cool too.
Let me
I've seen
swap this one out here. You can use these patterned rollers as well. This is a croc skin
This
pattern
is cool.
here. And this is one of my favorite ones. I've put this on a spool clocks. I've put it on, you can put it on walls anywhere really. But you'll do the exact same thing here, except once you've got either your embellishing cream or your joint compound, you'll actually roll this right across,
that product onto
a wall or
canvas.
onto a piece of furniture, anything. Yes.
That's
you can get this from the same company, or I think there's some other ones online you can order. There's all kinds of patterns. You roll it into the pattern, but this is the pattern here naked before we did anything to it. And then here we've added, we put brown paint over all three panels, but then I wanted to show the difference. This is just a gold metallic paint on a wet sponge. This is green brushed over with a dark glaze over the top if you want to get to that real croc skin look. And this is a white wax over the top to kind of soften things up.
We have all of the information for Shanti posted on our Facebook page with links to her YouTube page. And of course, you can always find her at Found Furnishings and
Vintage Selects in Odessa.
Okay, we hope you were inspired. And if you're not, you can call her, have her come to your house and do it for you. This is so cool. I love this. I would love to try one of these projects.
I hope that you do. Thanks so much for having me today.
Yes, thank you for being here.